Hello, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Just time to say to you, I have here a piece of paper in my hand, and it's what I will be doing next week. As you can see, during the school half term, I'm going to be making the Dropkick Nate Extra Pale Ale, and the recipe is on here. I'm not going to dwell on in detail, but I'm hoping to get that started in the middle of next week, and hopefully I'll have the footage of it up for Homebrew Wednesday next week. I'd like to thank Nate from Under the Table Brewing for sending me the recipe. As you saw in my last video, I showed you some of the ingredients, the grains and the hops that I've got for that. I will show you very shortly here just a reminder of some of the grains and hops that are going into it, and I'm really excited to be brewing it. So thanks Nate for sending that. I know a number of people around the world are brewing it, and it should be great. I'm really looking forward to tasting it. Next, I thought I'd show you quickly a quick photograph of a pint that I had just recently the other night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I made it quite a few months ago. It's a vanilla bourbon stout, or bourbon stout, depends how you pronounce it, but vanilla bourbon stout, which is 9% ABV. Beautiful, beautiful pint it was. Very, very smooth. So I'm just going to put a photograph of it just in here now. Okay, well here we are back home again after a day at work and had that long drive. Not so much snow today, thank goodness. Had my head sharpened as well on the way, so that's nice. And whilst I'm talking to you this evening, I have this is a pint of my Amarillo ale. It's the first time I've used Amarillo. It's really just conditioning still. It's been in the barrel about 2 weeks now. I've got it cold crashing on it in the garage where it's very, very cold, but it's still quite murky, this one, unlike my other beer, which was very, very clear. This one's not, but it's got a lovely smell. It's quite a nice head, about what, half a finger head. It's got that lovely Amarillo smell, which is to say until recently I'd never smelled before, but beautiful. And nice taste, quite malty, sweeter I think than I expected to be. But it's a beautiful, beautiful drinking beer. Quite nice mouthfeel and a medium body, but very, very nice indeed. So, I did say that I would recap on some of the things that I will be using in the Dropkick Nate Pale Ale, and apart from the pale malt, base malt, I'll be using a couple of pounds of Munich malt in there. I have some, I don't know if you can see that, it's not the easiest because of the way it's been packed, some Galaxy hops. And also the El Dorado hops, and you may remember in my last video me mentioning speak to Harry Brew 69 to find out where he got his from, because trying to get hold of them in Britain, or in England anyway, was really quite difficult, and we had to end up sending to Ireland for those. I've just noticed, just as before I was filming this evening, that Harry has his video of the Dropkick Nate and his brewing of it up at the moment, so if you want to go over to his channel and have a look, Harry Brews 69, you'll see the brewing of his Dropkick Nate. I'm very, very lucky that most of the people that I subscribe to on here produce fantastic videos, and they really are a good help. So if you want a lot of entertainment and also a lot of information on how to brew all grain brews, then if you have a look at my subscription list, there are some wonderful people on there, too numerous to mention, although I will, I'm sure I've mentioned them in passing in my videos in the future. But do have a look. There are some wonderful, wonderful guys on there. It's a wonderful community, and they're all very talented. And from what you see in their homebrew videos, you can see they make some fantastic beers. I think all I've got left to show you on here, the cat has just decided to jump, and we have a kitten who's 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old, and she's just jumped onto my knee and dug her claws in. So that was the tears to the eyes there. Maybe it should be Dropkick Kitten instead of Dropkick Nate. If it does it again, then it might well be. I'm only joking. This is the yeast that we'll be using, which is the Sapphire US 05 to go along with that. So as I say, next week I'm hoping to brew that, and I will video it and hopefully get that up. So all that remains for me to do is to say I hope you have a wonderful Homebrew Wednesday. You enjoy looking at the videos on YouTube as much as I do, and cheers, have a safe and happy homebrew, and we'll see you next time.